Ladies and gentlemen, behold my Trackmaster slash Plarail collection. Now, final at last coming to you guys. This is gonna be a bit of a big one. This is by far my biggest collection video yet, as you can see. Got all these characters. A bit of rolling stock that I got out because why not? And yeah, let's get into this. Starting with the #1 blue tank engine. Here is my Trackmaster Thomas from 2009. Yeah, it might be a little hard to tell which version this is, believe me. I'm also now noticing that this guy's actually kind of suntanned. I somehow have never noticed that till this point. You can see that the wheels are at least the outline of the wheels is the color it's meant to be, but in reality it's darker due to the fact that I used to take this thing outside a lot. In fact, I think his wheels are also partially suntanned as well. Yeah, I messed this one up big. I think this actually might have been my very first Trackmaster toy. I mean, it kind of makes sense. He's Thomas, he's the main character. Though, as you can see, I messed this one up bad. So bad, in fact, that I actually didn't know which version this was for a bit, so I actually did a little bit of research and found out that this one is the 2009, I don't know what, I'm assuming 2009 Fisher-Price Trackmaster Thomas. I'm assuming it doesn't have the Hit Toy logo, nor doesn't have the Hit Toy logo on the bottom. Yeah. Though he is who I believe the very first item in my collection. And then he doesn't work anymore. There's no battery in him for me to prove that, but yeah. This one got messed up bad over the years. Though it is nice. He is one of my very first, and my very first Thomas. So of course. What a nice item. Next up. Now, alright. Which one do I talk about next? I think it'd be appropriate to start off with my second one. Here is my Trackmaster Revolution and seat. What is it? A Seaweed Thomas? This was made from Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and it comes with a skiff. Who I have in there? See him? Yeah. And you can see a sail in the back. That's my other skiff. Anyhow, I got this guy in a set with skiff, like I just said, but to be honest, I lost the set. I don't remember what happened to it. I actually don't think I ever knew. Though I do remember this being my very first Trackmaster Revolution Thomas and my second Thomas in general. Yeah. Oh. Not much to say. I mean, he looks way worse. This than the other versions of Thomas. Next up, we'll talk about... Who should we talk about next? Why not this one? I think this might have actually been my next Thomas. I definitely took him a couple places. Pretty sure I took this one to my grandparent. Oh, yeah, yes, I remember. The blue buffers remind me of everything. This was my my next version of Thomas. I don't remember how I got this one. I believe it might have also had to do with Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure. I don't know. I don't think so, but it might. You can see, now, that dirt on the wheel is not sticker like it is. It's not painted. That is literally because I actually played with this one in the dirt at my grandpa Aaron's house when I was younger. And because of that, the wheels don't move anymore. And I don't think the motor works in there either. Yeah, very heavily used item. Of course, it does throw me back a little bit to when I was younger. So, for that, I suppose it's a nice item. Alright. Oh, I remember this. Next up is, I don't know what version to call this. Wait, actually. Yeah. I don't know what version of Thomas to call this. It came it came with Annie and Clarabelle, and that's the main reason I got this, so I could actually have my very own Annie and Clarabelle. Though, granted, funny enough, that's actually like the second version of Annie and Clarabelle in my Trackmaster / Plarail form I have. As judging by all the Trackmaster Revolutions, you might get a bit of a picture. I grew up when the Trackmaster Revolution really became a thing. Yeah, that's back when I really got into Thomas. I do own a lot of regular Trackmaster items, and well, I'm not really proving my point here. Am I? Yeah, we'll get. You can see I mainly. Though there are some like whiff I got before then. Yeah, I mainly just got this one for the Indian Clarabelle. I don't even know the context of this character. This one here. So, yeah, that's that. All right. Siegel's Trackmaster. That's Revolution. I don't remember the context of this one either. I actually don't remember how I got it as well. On top of that, it's just one I've had for a while, and it's gonna be honest. It's one of the more forgettable ones. I kind of forgot that I owned this for a while until I dug through. Ooh, that's the box that I've been foreshadowing for so long. This was back when I was like 2 weeks ago when I was going to do a video, but timing wasn't on my side, so I ended up not. Though now I decided today is a perfect time to take advantage of all my time that I have and record this video. Yeah. This one was a pretty forgettable item, so just another Trackmaster Revolution. Oh, this one. Oh, never mind. Not just another Trackmaster Revolution. This one's actually powered. I don't know why I put a battery in this one, but I did. And there you go. I always really liked with the Revolution how it comes to a careful stop instead of just like an immediate one. I always thought that was really nice. All right. Okay, next up, probably my favorite of the Trackmaster Revolutions, other than the regular one, is the Sparks Thomas, because I have the Sparks Percy to go with. And actually, I have a little bit of a story with the Sparks Percy, so we'll talk about that a bit later, once we get to the character. Yeah, stock standard Thomas this time with Sparks on the side. And, yeah, pretty fair. Though I say this one's my favorite, though, because, I don't know, Sparks is cool in my opinion. Alrighty then, next up, we actually have 3 stock standard Thomases. No, not this one. Okay. Each of them come in their own different set. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Here we have my very first, just plain stock standard Thomas. It took me so long to own one of these for some reason. Decided to go to Walmart one day, picked this one up I just a Percy, Edward, Henry, and yeah. I was looking through all this stuff, and I was so confused when I found out I had 3 of these. Then I found out why. This one is just like your average one. This most common one comes with a red van that's somewhere in there. One of my many. Well, yeah. It's nothing much. Well, clearly not much. I don't know. Yeah, this one's the one with the battery. This one also has battery. This is like one of the only 2 Revolution ones that I have with battery. Well, yeah, I'm surprised it took me this long to own the stock standard Thomas. And we'll talk about each of them individually because they actually have their own stories and what they come with. Now here's another stock standard Thomas. This one I got because of him, Terrence. We'll talk about Terrence a bit later when we get to him, because I actually own 2 Terrences, though different versions. Yeah, I got this one just for Terrence. So yeah, there's that. Now, my third Stockyard Thomas might be my favorite one. This one comes with the Trackmaster Revolution's Annie and Plarail, which I can say I actually really like these guys. They look fantastic in my opinion. Not as good as the originals, but miles better than what they were doing before. This was when the Trackmaster Revolution act was starting to hit more of an upturn, in my opinion, especially with that rolling stock, because the rolling stock actually started looking decent and good at this point. And then they introduced the season 25, the reboot, and that just completely downgraded it even past this point. Yeah, kind of sad that All Engines Go came around when this line might have actually been getting a revamp, and a pretty good one at that. So, yeah, that was disappointing. Alright, now if you think we're done with Thomas, you're wrong. I believe I've talked about... Nope. I'll get to that one then later. The one I'm thinking of later. Next up is my very first Plarail Thomas, and you might recognize this one from the Thomas vs. Thomas video. That somehow got 600 views. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, we got a very nice little... I've already talked about this one a lot in my Thomas vs. Thomas one. So if you want to see more about that, my opinion on that, you can go check the video out. Same story with my other one, my other Plarail Thomas. You know. Let's see. This one... Okay, no, this one seems to have sticker detailing. Especially with that last one. Or for some parts. No, never mind, it's mostly printed. I don't own the 2003 revamped version, but this is the closest thing I have. And you know what? I like it. I'm fine with this one. It saves me money from buying another one. So, you know, and besides, I got this one I got in the Thomas and the Freight Trucks revamped set. So, yeah. It is what... So, don't own the 2003 version, but this one is pretty nice. Now then. Oh, I forgot. So this one is Trackmaster Revolution. I don't know what to call this one. This one came in like a volcano set, and it had realistic steam. Albeit the model looks really bad, but the realistic steam was my favorite part of this. This was like... No, this one actually is my favorite of the Revolution. It has... I don't know, everything about this I always thought was really cool when I was younger. The dark blue, the sparks and lava, the like steam that would come out of here, I assume. I always thought it was really cool. It's still one of my favorites, the Thomas. Now then. Next up here is Talking Thomas.
No time.
Oh. Stop it. Okay. This one I got in a set with Percy alongside it. I got it in, like... That's how I got that little tunnel thing over there. But... Yeah, this is probably my least favorite one. I don't know. Yeah, the flashlight itself is really cool. It's a bit off, but... I don't know, the rivets, I think that's what they're called. That one feels over-exaggerated. I don't know, I don't really like this one that much. Now that's out of physical Thomases, and that sounds weird, I know. That's all I have. However, that's not the end of Thomas. Let me pull up an image real quick. And that is because I actually have a little bit of story to get into now. I used to own this one. Nah, the camera's not focusing. But yeah, I used to own the Trackmaster Revolution LBSC Thomas a long time ago. But one time at my grandpa's house, I lost the item, and that was just sad. Picked it up at Walmart, and yeah, I don't own it anymore because I lost it. And we even when we were going through that room and stuff, we never found it. I have no idea what happened to it. I really don't. Fortunately, though, this will be arriving to my collection soon, and I'll be doing a review on it promptly. I ordered the Adventure Begins pack and during on New Year's, so in about later this month it should be arriving, and I'll do a review on it. I would have probably waited till I get those items that I ordered to do a review, but I decided not to because time. I need time. So, and time is what I have today. So, well, unfortunately, I don't own my original Trackmaster Evolution version. I am excited to own the Plarail version because it is miles better. Now then, finally, we're moving on from Thomas to Edward, the number 2. This one, I got it a long time. As you can see, this is the Trackmaster 2009 version of Edward. I didn't, honestly, gotta say 50% condition, in my opinion. This actually is not bad in condition. The tender is a little rough, but the overall, how this thing is, and it's actually not bad. Though, you might be wondering what's going on in there, and that's because I played with this one in the sandbox, and as you can imagine, that kind of busted the motor a little. So this one, unfortunately, no longer runs. And on top of that, when I was about 8 years old, I think, I dropped this thing in a puddle of water alongside Duck and Henry. And, yeah, that kind of messed it. That, unfortunately, didn't mess it up back then, but the sand most certainly did. I was always kind of jealous of the 2003 Edward, or the Windows, so I kind of just made my own right there. This is still the main one that I use, but it won't be for long, and I'll get to that after I finish with the other 2 versions I have. Overall, I really like this guy. He's a really good, best version. I think Trackmaster did really well with him. Just, if he had windows, as well as a painted running board, or in lamp irons, I think this model would have been absolutely perfect. Though the red running board and stuff does give a classic Trackmaster vibe, so I'll take it for what it's worth. Now, speaking of getting jealous of the window detailing, that's the entire reason I got this one. Talking Edward, who does not have a battery in him, I don't think. I was originally going to do a comparison with all 3 versions of Edward that I have, but I decided not to because one of them, I can't do a bit of the stuff with it, and it's just blatantly obvious which one's the most accurate. And you'll see why in a bit. Now, this is a choice that I've never understood, is why they gave him windows, but they didn't bother painting his boiler stripes. Like, why not? I'm pretty sure they did it with Gordon. They did it with Henry, I'm pretty sure. They didn't do it with Edward. I never understood why you got the short end of the stick there. The tender just looks really bad, and I've always disliked the wide tender. Though I mainly got this thing for the windows, and I've actually got this like a couple months after I got my first Edward. Oh yeah, I forgot that you press down this thing, it talks. Well, that is if I had a battery in it. As you can see, I painted the running board myself, and didn't really turn out that good. I regret doing that so much though, because it got this little bit of white paint stuck on here. I hated that so much. Next up, and like I said, there's no reason to do a comparison of my 3 Edwards. It's obvious which one's the most accurate. It's the 2009 one over there. Yeah, next up is Trackmaster Revolution's Edward. I don't know why, I just really want to get all the Trackmaster Revolution engines for completionist's sake. So I just bought this one as well. I already mentioned how I bought this guy with Thomas and Henry and Percy. But yeah. What can I say about this? It's bad. At least this thing here is painted. So, I don't know. I have not. I really don't have anything to say about this one. However, Edward's story does not end here, folks. It does not. On New Year's, alongside the Adventure Begins pack, I'll be getting a new version of Edward. One that far exceeds any version that's come out since. The perfect Edward. Shoot. Oh, my bad. This thing is not doing me any favors right now. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm searching up Plarail Edward. But it isn't... Okay. It is not doing me any favors. It was not doing... Autocorrect was not doing me any favors, so I'm just going to say that. Alright, anyhow. I was talking about this guy. I ordered him, and he's on his way. He's going to be coming later this month. The best version of Edward, and I'm pretty excited that he'll be arriving to my collection. Anyhow, moving on from Edward, we have a bit of a similar story with this next fella here, Henry. This is my 2009 Henry, who is messed up. I tried painting him blue, which is why it is with Sharpie, of all things, I'm pretty sure. And I attempted to erase it, but that tender just... I also gave him little windows things after I made like a native story with it, and I never removed them because I liked them. So, yeah. I painted his details stuff, albeit very badly. But then again, that's also probably because some of the paints, a lot of the paints chipped off since then. That was a very long time ago. But yeah, this was my only version of Henry for a pretty long time. Ever since I got this guy when I was younger. And yeah, he runs. So, yeah, pretty nice. My very first version of Henry. And I also got him alongside my 2009 Percy, who I'll get to later. Next up, the Plarail Henry. No, I've already mentioned this story I believe when I was talking about my Plarail Thomas in the Thomas vs. Thomas video. But I actually ordered the 2003 version of Henry, and for whatever reason I got this version instead. Now, it's not that I don't hate this version, it's just I wish I got the previous one. You know, like, the best version, like 2003. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize that the camera was falling. This one's a little frustrating though, because there's something just preventing it from being absolutely perfect. And they didn't paint the red stripes on this little thing here, nor did they paint in between these things, like the running board all the way. Why didn't they do that? This was almost perfect. Like an accurate face, accurate window color. Why didn't they do that? The tender's pretty nice though. And same with like the overall paint they use. But that's just a bit of a frustrating thing. That's why the 2003 version's quite a bit better. Now then, my next version of Henry. Oh shoot, the plane came off. Yeah, here's my 2014 Trackmaster Revolution Henry. I'm not going to go over the story behind this one because I've already explained it like twice. But yeah, really wanted to get hold of Revolutions for some reason, and so now I own it. By far the worst version of Henry. Just saying that right now. I don't know. I really have nothing to say about this. So, however, it's not going to be the. It's not. This was my last version of Henry for a while. That is until I ordered this on New Year's as well. Yeah, I ordered a bit of stuff on New Year's. And here's the 2003 Plarail Henry, which should be arriving later this month. I'll do a review on him as well, and also a comparison on the 2016 version, I believe. It is on back. It doesn't say. It really doesn't say. Okay. But yeah, I'll be doing once I get that, I'll be doing a comparison on that with this. Okay, all that stuff. And this one has battery. I forgot to mention that. Nope. Yeah, this one doesn't. But yeah, that's all for Henry. What is with this up? Gordon, the big blue powerful engine. I am running all the time. That's not good. I'm gonna have to speedrun this stuff. Gordon, my very first version. Got him when I was little. Saw him at Walmart, bought it, and picked him up. He's in my collection. The thing that really knocks it though is the tender. And also that, yeah, you can't freewheel this, really. I forgot to mention that with Edward. The blue's nice, I suppose. Ruined this one a bit. Anyhow, moving on. Next up, Trackmaster Revolution version, which just lost the tender. I added a window to the back of this one, but yeah. It got washed out. I painted the bit of details here, and I forgot I painted those. Anyhow, worst version of Gordon, I gotta say. So, yeah, nothing else to say, so we'll move on. Now, I can't just go over this guy quickly. This is the best version of Gordon, in my opinion. I'm not going to say hands down because it's debatable version. This between the 2003. And unlike Edward and Henry, I did not actually order the 2003 version on New Year. So this is my newest one for a while, but I don't mind him. And that also I didn't order him partially because one, he wasn't on as high as the Edward and Henry, and two, no one was selling him for a decent price regular. No one was selling him regular in general. That wasn't Sunday. Yeah, detachable tender. Now this looks a little strange, I'll admit. And I do wish they put window detailing here, but other than that, though, with the side rods, the fact that they painted the running board all the way, the uncupped tender, it is the perfect. It is hands down my favorite version of Gordon. Or maybe that'll change when I get the 2003 version in the future. But they even painted this thing here. I love this guy. He's awesome. All right. Now we're going to get into a little more. I'll put the camera here for a sec. That all? I feel like I'm missing something. I am, aren't I? I'm missing a Trackmaster Revolution version of James. And I found him. We're all good, guys. We're all good. Okay. Here's James, in a bit of a mess. I'll start off with the very first version here. A little bit of a similar story with the Talking Gordon. Though, I painted this one, once The Adventure Begins came out, I drew this guy in black, and then I erased it later, so I could reuse it. I don't know what happened to the face. Yeah, I hated the fact that these were tender powered, and so I used scissors and kind of cut this, and now I don't know if regular tape was a good idea, but so now I'm keeping this guy close and not in the box because that just looks fragile. I'm pretty sure there's even a crack in it. So yeah, my very first version of James though, the face is pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, here's my next version, Snowy James, and my main one for a while. You can see I painted the running board. And stuff. And this is actually the one that I think turned out the best. I didn't paint in between here for some reason, but never mind. I think I actually did the best with this guy. Put windows over there. This is like my most detailed version from custom. I kind of customized this a lot, as you can see. And yeah, I believe this is from that one season 12 episode where he's with Hector. This also came with a snowplow, but I lost it. So, I found it again, and then I lost it again. Anyhow, moving on. Here we go. I only got 15 minutes left to film this. Oh boy. And I'm only halfway through the main cast. This isn't good. Chat, this isn't good. Alright. Here we have my Trackmaster Revolution, James. This one I got in Tales of the Brave little mini set with the yellow freight truck. And this I went back later and got because I wanted it for complete. I wanted one that wasn't just like scared. This I got alongside like the Revolutions, Henry, Edward, Thomas, and Percy. And finally, not gonna be my newest one for long, but here is my Plarail James. This one is a pretty nice item, I gotta say. And I just realized how dumb I am. And for something, but I'll get to that later. I'm gonna have to split this video up into 2 parts, I think. Oh, come on. Oh, never mind. Getting worried there for a second. This is the one word. Okay. This was the newest, and I got this one because I always wanted a version that wasn't covered in snow and that actually looked pretty good. However, not for long. This one won't be the newest James in my collection for long. New Year. There's just like I did with a bit of others. I ordered the original James. Oh wait, my bad. The original James. Albeit in worse condition than this one. This is just a picture I found online. The one I ordered doesn't really have too much eyebrows, and it comes with the Henrietta. Seeing as how that go, how expensive he is nowadays. Like all the time if you find something less than $60, it always like $30 or $20 shipping, which is just crazy. On top of that, I also got the Adventure Begins pack, like I mentioned before, so I'll be getting a black James to go alongside this red James. It's pretty exciting. Alright, let's get to our favorite little green caterpillar with red stripes. Percy. Your stock standard 2009 Trackmaster version. Very messed up. His pupils are just gone. He looks horrifying. And actually, this one surprised me, but he's still motorized. I painted a 6 on there because the other one peeled off. I painted that lamp as well. Also painted his running board. That didn't work out so well. This is one of my old ones, really old ones. I got this alongside the Trackmaster Henry from 2009. Alright. I hate this, but we have a lot more Percy's to go through. Now, this is the one that I mentioned before. It also kind of goes alongside my Sparks Thomas. And the reason this one's a bit of a special story is because this is one of this is like one of the 3 last items I got at Toys R Us. Or 2, technically, but I got a shelf, a Lego set, and this guy. I got the Mos Eisley Cantina 2017 version. And for that just brings this one a special memory. Toys R Us, rest in peace here. Anyhow, really nice, interesting little wheel there, but overall, I think he... Oh, yeah, he still works. Okay, cool. Here's my stock standard Trackmaster Revolution Percy. Not much to say about him, other than I kind of got him the same way as everyone else. There's the other Trackmaster Revolutions. Here is my Chrome Percy. I got this for the 45th anniversary. I forgot what anniversary it was, but it was an anniversary for Thomas. Like I said, I forgot what for, but they released 4 or 5 characters in Chrome, and I wanted to get all of them, but I ended up just getting Percy. I wanted the Thomas too. Percy. He also comes with a Chrome van wagon. I don't know where. I kind of don't know where it is in there, but yeah, Chrome Percy. Standard one, but Chrome. Now then, this one's a bit of a strange one. So you remember how I mentioned how with Thomas and Henry I ordered the 2003 versions, and instead I got the revamp version. Yeah, that didn't. I ordered this guy alongside it, and I still got the 2003 version, which is. Like, it's nice, but I'm confused what happened there. Like, why did I get the CGI version of the other one, but the Model Series version of this one? I don't understand it. Anyhow, here's my 2003 Percy, who for some reason, this motor is not working. I don't know why. And no, I accidentally unscrewed this thing and a bit of stuff came out, and because of that, this here, wait, oh yeah, these things here came out, and I don't know what happened with it, and now because it's there, I can't pull this thing out anymore. So I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Shoot, only 9 minutes left to record this. I'm probably gonna have to split this up into 2 parts. I'm just gonna say that now. Anyhow, yeah, 2003 first, either best version I have, and yeah, nice. I do hope to get a shock Percy from the Percy box set. However, my newest version is this one. Came along. I had the Trackmaster Thomas, Talking Thomas, and my complaints are exactly the same with that one. I hate how I dislike the rivet detail and how exaggerated the 6 is. Now here, I'm leaving it like that for a second. This is a bit of a surprise, but I own 3 versions of Toby. They're the other 2. I did a Toby versus Toby video as well, though that didn't get too much attention. You can see his battery in there, I just realized, I'm now realizing. He's quite shallow. You can Duracell his driver. Because of that, he moves. Yeah, he has a chip in the front, and he's not really in the best condition. I already talked a lot about my Toby versus Toby video, so I won't get into that much. However, I also own a Talking Toby, which I didn't bring up in that video. Or maybe I did, and I just forgot. Yeah, here's Talking Toby. I don't know what, that brown just looks really nice for some reason. I don't know why, I've always really liked it. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason I got it. And then I realized shortly after that this thing was Tinder-powered. Not Tinder-powered, van-powered. Don't mind it though. Really nice item. Now here's where it gets funny. Like, I genuinely feel like this is a mix of the 2 versions. Of these 2 versions, the Plarail and Trackmaster version. Like, just look at that. It has like the body detailing of this guy here. Yet the paint and wheel configuration resembles this one here. I find it, and I just realized that it kind of looks like a hybrid of sorts. Anyhow, here's my Plarail Toby. You can get him on Amazon for $35, I believe. Comes with Henrietta. I'm gonna own 2 of those now because of the James sticker thing. I already talked about this guy. And his battery's out of place again. Anyhow, yeah, I talked about this guy in my compares. And so if you want to see more about that, you can go watch it. This video is already really long. I prepared for it to be long, but I didn't realize it would be this long. Goodness. Now, surprisingly, I own more than 1 duck as well. So, here's my greatest moments duck from a close shave. I mentioned how I dropped Edward, Henry, and Duck into a puddle of water, and it really shows here. Like, yeah, ouch. I made some nice window detailing here. And then eventually this guy stopped working as well. So I decided, you know what, time to finally put this guy to rest and get the Plarail version, which is miles better. It felt so weird to have like the regular green matte contrast with the paint instead of the washed out look I had here. Yeah. I talked about this one in my review, so you can go check that out. Oh, really nice item. Though that fit H just kind of puts it off from the fact that it's not, the eyes aren't painted. Yeah, but really nice item, really nice details, really nice everything. Moving on. Here's my 2009 Hit Toys Donald. We're getting into territory where I kind of already talked a lot about these guys already, so I'll just give a brief summary. Got this one back at Toys R Us a long time ago to go with Douglas, and it was my main version for a while since then. And although eventually I ended up getting this guy here, the 2007 Hit Toys Donald, which is really nice. It's the version I try to resemble here. Yeah. Next up, Douglas. Actually, a pretty different story was from Donald. I got this guy at Walmart alongside a Fearless Freddy with a blue freight car. And I actually got Play-Doh stuck in the motor at one point, but I somehow got it out. I don't know how. It just was out, and now it can move again. I didn't display it, but both of those can move. I talked about them in my review of the 2007 Hit Toys versions. If you want to want more details, you can go there. No, yeah. Douglas. Pretty nice item. Though he's not as good as this guy here. The 2007 Hit Toys Douglas. Also, I had that one before Donald. 2007 Hit Toy Douglas, just... It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And expensive! He's like $300. It's crazy. Though I managed to snag this one up for $85 alongside Donald. So, yeah, I talked more about that as well in my Donald review. So, yeah. Now the next up, Mr. Oliver. I think this is going to be a good place to wrap up part 1 through 11. Yeah, I think that, you know what, this is a good place. This would be a good place to wrap up of my part 1 of this collection video. I wish I had more time, but I don't. So, yeah. I of course got Toad with Duck, so he can be named by Mr. Oliver. And I also have Oliver's coaches here as well. But, yeah. Always wanted this guy when I was younger. I was so excited to finally get him. Though I talked more about him in my review. This one lacks window detailing on the back, but yeah. Like I said, I've talked more about him in my review of this guy. So, it's such a shame that I have to wrap the video up here. There's so much stuff we didn't get to. Well, that being said, this was part 1 of my collection video, where I go through my versions of engines 1 through 11. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.